Hello buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I am Gareth and today we're playing Beyond Our Rule Ripper, and it has just been discovered that Cocktail had a more hands-on approach with the murders than we suspected. But I thought I accused him of being the murderer from very early on. I just want to make that clear, although I don't know whether I would have been able to back it up in this conversation. However, he's now defending himself, and now we are describing why he would do that. What are we doing? I just missed what we're doing. So, why he would do that, it's either he didn't want blood on his hands or he wanted a plausible excuse. Why he wanted it to not be... So, Cocktail left a drink on the side, which Poker then used to combine the poison with Lime's drink. Now, Cocktail did that. The exact drink that Lime was using, something Lime Fizz or whatever. Cocktail did that, I think, because he wanted a plausible excuse if it actually didn't go through. Not that he didn't want blood on his hands. Because he did it, he wanted, I guess, you could say he didn't want a direct way of killing her, maybe. But I think it's this one, he didn't want a plausible excuse. No, he wanted a plausible excuse. You know what I'm trying to say. I think it's that one.
It's simple. He wanted plausible deniability. In other words, he wanted an escape route. If his true intentions were brought to light, this conversation would take place, just as it has. As long as it was unlikely enough, as long as his actions could be viewed as an honest mistake, he would not be eliminated for breaking Rule 1. He needed a plan so far-fetched and indirect that nobody would suspect him, and especially so no one would prove his guilt, not even the owner.
And it's precisely for that reason that you cannot prove it. And suffice it to say, don't take what I just said as a confession. I deny it all. Poker. Oh, Poker, time is running out. What will you do? In the next hour, Rule 4 will kill us all. You must stop him. I got played. By you. It's like the end of Star Wars. Nobody can look inside your head, but everything they said makes sense. He's just got to pick him up while Cocktail's lightning blasting. I couldn't fathom you'd do something so bold, but I guess that's exactly my kind of plan. That's how you knew it'd work with me. You knew that once I saw that drink, that chance to kill so cleanly and easily, whoever the victim was, I would take the bait.
I still don't believe it. I don't know what to think.
Piano just getting some words in. This will sound horrible, but does it even matter? The truth won't change our current predicament. Billiards must die. There was no way around it. He'd reached the end of the path he'd created. His end. Was it a dead end, or did his precious miracle await beyond it? Beyond our? There was nothing more he could do, therefore... Bill let go of the knife and raised his hands in the air, leaving the final choice to Poker. Holy shit. Why does killing him fall on me? Ooh. Why am I the one that's got to do all the dirty work? I'm no one's puppet, Cocktail. Especially when it's to do murder. I'm fed up. Poker stepped back, turning his body to face Cocktail, and... I'm done. Done! You're a fucking coward incapable of, killing on his own. Or killing his own. I hate this game. I love this game. That contradiction is what's been eating away at me for 8 hours. I've fought hard, giving it my all to escape the biggest paradise of adrenaline I'll ever know. The biggest paradise of adrenaline I'll ever know. All for what? Answer me, Cocktail! Why should I be your hitman? Because the owner said so? No! Poker raised the knife, aiming it at Cocktail, and... No. The weapon was brought back down, this time to be put back into its owner's pocket. I'm done following orders. The ones from my job's boss are more than enough. My job's boss? You can do it yourself once Rule 1 is gone. My work ends here. I quit. He's going to kill himself. Don't do that. Don't do that, Poker. Okay. Okay, we just save. We do a little save. Okay, that's done. Back. There's something I need to tell you in private ASAP. Who's that? Let's use the extra time from ending the council sooner. Who's that? Coffee? I'll be waiting for you in the men's bathroom. Oh. Those whispers were enough to set in motion everything that followed. Oh, okay. That's poker? Yes. This is the truth.
Huh. You locked the door.
Oh, click. I'm not used to clicking. I found the key behind the counter, so I nabbed it for these sorts of cases. Now no one can catch us mid-chat. Once closed, I put the key back in my pocket.
Sure. Alright, tell me, what's this about?
Wanna go right into it?
Not like we have all the time in the world, and I'm not a fan of beating around the bush. Drop the bombs if you have them.
Okay, you asked for it. By any chance, are you Rule 9? Jim was first rate. It barely fazed her. Her expression was truly a poker face.
What exactly do you expect me to say to that? I'm not, and if I was, I'd lie. That should go without saying. Don't tell me you called me here for that.
If it wasn't for my perseverance, I'd have immediately doubted myself and stopped there. For better and for worse, I don't give up so easily. That was more of a rhetorical question. No need to answer. My data will do the talking for you. Taking out my barman, I opened the data screen and cleared my throat. Smoker, 135710. You don't smoke, so that's half the options gone.
Stop right there, cowboy. You seem confident, but where's your proof besides not having seen me smoke?
You're a good actress when you need to be, but when you're focusing on something else and let your guard down, you're not so hard to read. I was smoking during our card match an hour ago, and when you've been doing that for as long as I have, it becomes very easy to tell when the person in front of you reacts badly to the smoke.
That's...
Next. Has a tattoo, 379. You got one. And knowing that you aren't 3 or 7, bingo.
There's none visible if there was one. It'd have to be under my clothes. How would you have seen it?
Fine. Good. You win that one. I've got no clue.
You're seriously expecting that bluff to work? Or what? You could tell from my reaction again.
Wish it was that easy. No, I'll be honest with you. From your style and age, it seems pretty likely that you have at least one.
So it's just guesswork. This whole thing for a hunch, please.
Hey, don't underestimate my hunches. I'll have to say that again. Hey, don't underestimate my hunches. Besides, I like taking chances. In this life, few things can be known for certain, so sometimes you gotta dive in and take some risks.
Not like you lost anything by trying. The only losing party here is me losing my time.
You're keeping your mouth shut then?
I plead the fifth.
You know what? You're right. I wasn't risking anything there. That's no good. You take a gamble, you got a bit high.
Huh?
I'm number 1. This time she really didn't she didn't see it coming. This time she really didn't see it coming. She couldn't hide her shock. How about that? Want to join forces?
Another bluff. I'm not falling for that, I'm not 9, and you certainly aren't 1.
You have so little faith in me.
Believe me, these few hours have been enough. to learn your playstyle. One game of cards was all it took. You kept making bold moves, some really suicidal. I couldn't predict anything. But this isn't a casual game of cards. Even someone like you wouldn't reveal your real number, especially if it was one.
Come on. I'm betting on a 33% chance, but so what? I've taken worse odds before.
Unless you have some way to prove that you're telling the truth or that I'm 9, you better start bringing out the door's key. Or the door key.
Actually, I can do both at the same time easily.
Wink.
To form a link, you just have to hit a button and put your barman near the other. Put your barman near the other one, or so it says. If our rules add up to 10, the link gets made and my theory is proven right.
Uh-oh.
That was the instant when something broke inside that woman. The moment she realized that the only counter-argument to my proposal was to mention something she should not say.
Huh? Oh.
It's Lime talking. Oh, Lime. I'm rule 10.
What? What did you say?
Don't play dumb. The dumb one is me.
Right, now you are for sure. You're kidding, right?
Not a joke. Not this time. I trust you, so I wanted to tell you.
It's not funny.
It's a secret to everybody except us two. A 10 can do nothing. Like at all. Spam mode sounds cool, but it just shows the current links.
Jesus, don't do this to me, Lime.
I was alone, but not anymore.
You can't throw this at me. Like it's no big deal. What do you expect me to do?
Sorry, I whacked up.
Forget it. I can't simply forget that, and even if you did it while drunk, I appreciate that you trust me that much.
For realsies.
Lower.
Sorry.
Oh, I see. She's telling her to be quiet. Fine. You can't be left alone, that's for sure. So, if you really are 10, I'll tell you my number. That's only fair. Even if we can't link up, we can try working together.
Really?
Not now, though. If I told you now, I'd be running the risk of you spewing it out accidentally. After you've sobered up, we'll talk, although you might not even remember this.
I will, I remember. A pinky promise.
And I promise I'll do my part. Don't make me regret this later.
A promise, a double promise, a triple. I won't fail you, Genevieve.
Links can last a maximum of 1 hour and can only be formed once. In addition, the use of spy mode is not allowed. We can't.
We can't? Why? You lost your barman or what?
We can't.
Wait. I get it. It's rule 10, isn't it?
Where she'd once excelled in her skill to hide her hand. Oh, this is poker.
Where she once excelled in her skill to hide her hand. Now she was an open book. No, not quite. Well, now I have a good idea of what was going through her head at that moment. Back then, there was only one thing I knew for sure. What's gotten you so down? Are you that against me being your ally? I get that joining up with the killer doesn't sound great. But I haven't killed anyone. It's just the role I got. We could take care of Rule 10 to maintain our link, but if you're so against killing, I get it. I don't want to be doing the dirty work, but if you don't want to... Or maybe we could win without the need of a link. I'd rather keep my kill count to 0. I thought I was talking with gin, not coffee.
Are you capable of killing?
And now you're Bill. I might be capable, but whether I want to or not is another story. I said as much during the first council. Getting out of here alive with no blood on our hands is a hard one, given who I am. The accusations are the only way to kill for anyone else. I could take the same passive stance as the others, but it's because everyone seems to be waiting for someone else to do the killing that we're all in danger. It's just plain hot potato. If we all cross our arms, Thor's turn will come up eventually.
I know all that already.
Right, of course. Shouldn't be stating the obvious, let's focus. Forget 10 for a moment, let's link up. If you actually aren't 9, you lose nothing by trying. And if you still think I'm lying, there's always the chance that our real numbers still add up to 10. On the other hand, if you're 9, this will be the chance to see that I'm telling the truth.
And why do you want a link so badly?
We both want to survive, right? A link benefits us both.
I refuse.
Why? Your rejection proves I'm right. That's the only explanation. You're 9 but refuses an alliance. Why? At least give me a reason.
Open the door.
There's no going back. We know each other's numbers. Only option is to become allies. With or without a link.
Not having one would make it harder.
No shit, that's why I keep saying we should do it. But again, if you'd rather have me take care of 10, then...
You talk as if you already know who they are.
Well, not yet. Though my gut is telling me you might. That'd explain why you're being so defensive. Needless to say, her composure was practically gone without a trace by that point. That topic was her Achilles heel. It didn't take a genius to figure out the rest. It's gotta be Lime, right? That girl seems to really like being around you, and considering how much she loves to yap, I'd be more surprised if she didn't reveal her number to you.
Uh-oh.
Enough. I can't stand to see you looking like that anymore. It's sad knowing you how well you were doing before. Listen, if you care that much for that girl, I promise to keep her alive. Us 3 can get out alive. It's going to be a challenge to do it without using the advantages of a link, but not an impossible one. Plus, I like challenges. I don't know if I'm capable of killing anyone with my own hands, and I'd rather not know, but accusations exist. That'd be lighter on my conscience.
And how can I trust you?
Did I do anything to lose your trust? Alright, I get that we barely know each other and I'm barely... Alright. Alright, I get that we barely know each other and I'm aware that I don't give off the best first impressions. Still, I'm not such a bad guy. I swear it on my mum. You know my number. Even if I had bad intentions, betraying you wouldn't be cheap. And that goes both ways.
You still haven't proven you're one.
Are you seriously still stuck on that? Let's just do the link. Break it right after if you want, I don't care anymore.
Fine, you win. Let's get it over with. Even if it's only to confirm it. But I swear, if you even try to stab me in the back or do anything to Lime,
Does that mean I was right?
I'm saying that regardless of her number.
Alright, sure. Whatever you say. Come on, get your tablet out. Time's starting to run short. So, still think I'm lying?
No. No room for doubt.
Just to get it out of the way, I'm curious. Where's your tattoo?
Shut it. Don't make me regret this. Don't make me regret this.
Okay, now what? Any thoughts?
You said it yourself. You have to survive. And I need to keep my promise to Lime. And you, too.
Not really sure what you see in her. But I don't get between... but I won't get between you two. I won't get between you two.
Good. Now, as for my plans. Until now I was Until now I was trying to find the best possible solution, and it seems like that's the accusations. We can't depend on the others, especially not with the countdown on our lives. I swore to myself that I wouldn't take another life, but...
Wait, what?
If you expect me to tell you my life story, don't.
Another life? You're full of surprises, huh? Got it. Accusals, then. Still not great, but that's how it is. Finally, things were heading in a good direction. The road would have plenty of hardships, but there was a light at the end of the tunnel. And yet all of a sudden, her face darkened again.
No.
What's happening? Huh? Only 3 players can win the game. You, me, and Lime. Anything wrong with that? Don't tell me you want to add another person you want to save no matter what. You actually?
Poker, I think you're forgetting a player.
Who? Oh.
Could you kill a kid? Come on, answer. Can you kill Piano? Even if it was through an accusal, would you do it?
The question was pointless. Even if both of us voted for him, there was no way we could get a majority of the people here to do the same. Darts, the old man perhaps. Not enough. Of course, killing him directly was out of the question, entirely. Knowing all of that, the only response I could muster was... Could you?
I'd rather die myself. Someone like me doesn't deserve to survive, more than an innocent kid. In fact, most of them probably deserve to live more than me.
Those words struck me. I saw myself in them. I thought that the only thing tying me to that woman beyond the rules of this game was our common interest in competition and games. Suicide attempt 1 and 9. Now I know for a fact that wasn't the case, but back then I could already feel it from her words and attitude alone. I don't know what kind of past she was hiding, but judging by the little glimpses I caught, I think it might even be worse than mine, and at such a young age. Maybe this was our fate all along.
Open the door. We have to get to the antidotes. We have to go get the antidotes.
Wait, stop, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have to find a solution to this first.
We can leave that for later.
Later? No, we really can't. We're talking about our lives here. And the life of a kid on top of that. Unless you want to use the link to kill him yourself, with your own hands, the only option is to leave Lime out. Choose one. Whose life is more important to you? They're both strangers, no matter how much you get along with that girl. No matter how nice she is, she's not...
Poker. Open the door.
At that moment I knew. Jin had made her choice already. I was the one who had yet to make it. And so I made my choice. I turned around, began to walk towards the exit, and put my hand in my pocket. Grabbed the key. Took it out and... Jin moved basically as soon as I did. She jumped at me, using all her strength with a clear intention. The key. I reacted quickly, having expected that she'd pull something like that. What I didn't anticipate was her skills. She was strong, but in terms of pure strength, I was still superior. And yet before I could act, she locked my arm like a pro and effortlessly seized the key in my hand. How ironic. Those movements had training behind them. Under normal circumstances, I'd have asked her if she was a martial arts master, but neither of us said a word. Now that she had the key, she let go of me and, to my surprise, she ran off in the opposite direction to the exit, to one of the nearby toilets. My confusion was short-lived, though. There was only one explanation for her choice, as insane as it was. It was hard to believe, but it made sense given what she had said before. June was willing to sacrifice everything. No, scratch that. Only two things would be sacrificed. Her life and my own. That bathroom would be our coffin. It was the only way she had to save both Lime and Piano. The only way to stop me. I ran after her as fast as I could, but it wasn't enough to get to her before she succeeded in her goal. She threw the key into the toilet, and with a single push of a button, the water took it away to never be seen again. I couldn't hold back a smile for two reasons. First one being that at that moment I truly saw in her a worthy rival. First one being that at that moment I truly saw in her a worthy rival. My heart was beating with more life than ever before, just as I'd been wishing for so long. That thrill is the fire that fuels me. What I live for. What makes me feel alive. As much as I hate to admit it. That duel between us had made everything till then worth it. The second reason for my smile was that I realised I'd won our duel. Jin's response to my smile was one of her own, though hers was tainted with sorrow. That wasn't the victory she had wished for. Even so, she didn't seem to have any regrets. And that's exactly why, because she'd just thrown her life away. That what I did next was met with no resistance. I stopped thinking, locking my conscience away in some godforsaken corner of my brain, and struck her. Jin lay on the floor. I managed to knock her out without killing her and without making a mess. I could have ended her suffering right then and there, save her from the hellish death that was waiting for her, but I couldn't do it. I was a coward. My conscience came back, what little of it was left, unable to face the guilt I felt looking at her. I let my rage take over and closed the door with all my strength. Was it to vent my frustration or to make sure she couldn't get out? I'm not sure myself. Hang on, so is the door open? I felt, let my rage take over and close the door with all my strength. Was it to vent? Is he talking about the cubicle door or what? Okay, I could have ended her suffering right then and there. Save her from the hellish death that was waiting for her, but I couldn't do it. I was a coward. Okay, hang on. The setup for the first murder was complete. My debut was Rule 1. Even if Jin had decided to die, no matter how much I tried to deny it in my head, I was still a murderer. It was still a murder, and I was still a murderer. According to Bill, when we came in with the antidote and she saw it, she stretched her arm looking for salvation. She still wanted to live. Holding back my anger, I headed to the exit, putting my hand in my pocket once again. And from it came the bathroom's key. The real one. Oh. Hang on. Holding back my anger, I headed to the exit, putting my hand in my pocket once again, and from it came the bathroom's key, the real one. That was the trophy for my bitter victory against her. My impromptu plan hadn't gone exactly as I had intended, but the result had been the same. It was simple. Behind the counter were two keys, and for the baths, the other for the entrance. One for the baths and one for the entrance. I grabbed both without much thought. It had been my intention from the start to let her take away the entrance key. That way, when she ran off to the exit to escape but failed to open it, I'd have the chance to knock her out. Though considering her unexpected skills, I didn't even have to pretend that she took it by force. That was the conclusion to our duel. I tried to say something, one last goodbye. I wanted to express the bittersweet feeling of having met her, even if she couldn't hear it, but I couldn't say a thing. I felt dirty, knowing that anything I tried to say would hurt. Not a single word was said in that room, from the start of our confrontation until her harrowing screams before her death. I got out, locked the door again, and hid the key. That is all. Poker concluded his confession. Though nobody had asked nor expected one, everyone listened without interrupting him. Never thought I'd speak about this. Didn't feel like I had the right to. Why? Even if you're still at fault, did you want us to see you as a villain so badly? I don't deserve anything else, especially after killing Lime. If that's the case, what made you change your mind? Bill deserves to know the truth. He earned it. I didn't think you'd believe me so easily, though. If you're really giving up on the game, there's no reason to lie, right? Poker, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but... don't do it. Don't kill yourself. And I guess we're going to find out next time on Borderline Games whether Poker's going to kill himself. What a cliffhanger. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode of Beyond Our Rule Ripper, and I will see you next time. Have a good evening. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.